Welcome everybody to the open house presentation on mathematics and statistics. So to begin with, I'd like to talk about jobs in mathematics. What do you do with a mathematics degree? So within mathematics, there's this concept called abstraction, where you try to make a solution to a problem as general as possible. So for example, if you're trying to find maximums and minimums, you use calculus, whether you're a physicist, an engineer, or an economist, etc. Everybody uses calculus to find maximums and minimums. So your job as a mathematician is to take tools that you've learned in school and apply them to various different real-world problems in various different areas. So the kind of job that you have can really vary quite a lot, just depending on what area you're applying your mathematics to. Jobs in mathematics are good jobs to have. Here's a list of the best jobs of 2019, the top 10 jobs. Number 1, data scientist is a mathematician. Statistician is a mathematician. Information security analyst, number 7, is a mathematician. 8 is a mathematician. Operations research analyst is a mathematician. And actuary is a mathematician. So these are good jobs to have. They're highly rated on a work environment, job outlook, employment prospects, stress levels, etc. Okay, so what are popular careers within mathematics? Well, there's teaching, obviously, and then there's actuarial science, which is the mathematics of risk and valuation, so pensions, benefits, insurance, healthcare, etc. There's computer science. Operations research is the business of maximizing and minimizing things subject to constraints. So you might want to maximize profits while minimizing costs, for example. So there are a lot of jobs within operations research. Biomathematics is the mathematical modeling of biological processes. There's cryptography, which is the study of hiding information. So for example, security of ATM cards, computer passwords, encrypting emails. Then there's also math finance, which is the mathematics behind modeling financial markets. Okay, those are math jobs. There are a lot of statistics jobs available, actually a huge number of statistics jobs available right now. So Hal Varian, the chief economist at Google, said in 2009, I keep saying that the sexy job in the next 10 years will be statisticians, and I'm not kidding. So there's a huge amount of information on the internet, and companies would like to mine that information. So there are a lot of people being hired to do data science or big data. So search for any of those terms: data scientist, data analyst, data mining, big data, and you'll find that there are thousands of jobs within even Canada in those areas. Who else hires statisticians? Government agencies like Statistics Canada, Environment Canada, Health Canada, healthcare agencies like hospitals, pharmaceutical companies, they hire mathematicians. So basically anybody who has a lot of data that needs to be analyzed will hire a statistician. Employment in statistics is expected to grow 33% between 2016 and 2026 versus 7% for all other occupations. That might actually be an underestimate. So there are a huge number of jobs available in statistics. Okay, so let's talk about graduate and professional school. So obviously, if you study math or statistics as an undergraduate, you can study math and statistics as a graduate student. You can also study operations research, which is often housed in the engineering department. You can also switch to economics. So the interesting thing about economics is that it becomes very mathematical all of a sudden in graduate school. And so people who do undergraduate degrees in economics don't tend to do as well as people who do undergraduate degrees in mathematics in economics graduate school. There's also industrial engineering, so yes, you can switch to engineering once you get to the graduate level. There's biostatistics, there's finance. You can do an MBA, you can go to medical school, you can study law. More on that in a second. So many employers hire mathematicians even when a job does not require mathematics directly, because studying mathematics is one of the best ways to develop problem solving and analytical skills. Further evidence of the utility of a mathematics degree is reflected in performance on standardized tests. So the GREs, which are the graduate version of SATs, on average, math majors score better than average by 16.7%. LSAT for law school, 12.8%. MCAT for medical school, 7.5%. GMAT for business school, 13.3%. Let's talk about studying mathematics at the University of Windsor. So within the department, we have statisticians, applied mathematicians, and pure mathematicians in the areas of analysis and algebra. So two of our recent hires, Dr. Borisov, he postdoced at Yale, Harvard, and Oxford. Dr. Zahariak did his PhD at Harvard. So there are a lot of interesting things happening within the department. The degree that we offer is a Bachelor of Mathematics. We offer general mathematics, honors mathematics and statistics, which is a double major, honors actuarial science, honors mathematics and computer science, which is a double major, general and honors concurrent education, honors mathematics with a concentration in finance, which is a blend of mathematics, economics, and business. We offer a Bachelor of Commerce degree, which is half business, half mathematics. And we also offer mathematics combined with any other major. The degree requirements depend on the program that you select. We also offer a certificate of statistical consulting. So you take appropriate courses from statistics, and then you work in the statistical consulting center at the Luddy Library, and you get a certificate in statistical consulting. At larger universities, you can do a major in pure mathematics or a major in applied mathematics, etc. We don't offer that, but you get the same education if you wish by simply specializing by starting from the second year or third year, taking courses from your appropriate area. So just you get the same education, it just doesn't say on your degree that you're a pure mathematician, etc. The department also offers masters and PhDs in mathematics and statistics and a professional master's of actuarial science degree. So we're a serious department when it comes to research. We're well known within the department for teaching well. So at most universities in first year calculus and linear algebra, you have 3 hours of lecture and 1 hour of tutorial. At Windsor, we have 3 hours of lecture and 2 hours of tutorial. And those tutorial sections, we break the students down into groups of at most 25 students. Since doing this, we've found that many more of our students are passing, many more of our students are getting A's, and our students are doing better in upper year classes. So this has been a very successful initiative. At the University of Windsor, classes in upper years are rather small. So in third year, you might have 20 to 30 students in a class. In fourth year, well, I've taught classes as small as 2 students. So you get to know faculty members extremely well, which means students are very comfortable asking us for advice. And when it comes time to ask for a letter of reference, we can write very detailed letters of reference because we know all of our students very well. Many of our faculty have won teaching awards. Many of us have won university-wide teaching awards. Dr. Rick Caron has won an Ontario-wide teaching award. Okay, so you can do mathematics combined with any other major. You just have to do the core courses in each subject plus 2 courses at the 3000 level or higher. To do a minor, you need to take 6 courses in that subject area. Popular minors include statistics, economics, business, and computer science. If you want to go to teachers college, you need a second teachable subject. You need to take 6 courses in that subject. It's less stringent than course requirements for a full minor. Let's talk about student support. At the University of Windsor, we have what's called the Math and Stats Learning Center, where you can get free tutoring Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So a lot of our students choose to do their homework here, not just because of the free tutoring, but because you can make friends with other students and work together. So you can make friends with older students who can help you out, or you can make friends with younger students who you can help out. And by the time you've graduated, you've formed a nice peer network that you can tap into later on in your career. The Math and Stats Learning Center is a very positive thing in terms of helping students have a positive experience at university. We hire many of our students starting in their second year. You can work as a tutor for 4 hours a week or as a grader for $100 per term. The pay is roughly $20 an hour. There are many opportunities to do research at the University of Windsor. 100% of our faculty members are active in research. And you can work 12 months a year for a professor through the Outstanding Scholars Program and the NSERC USRA program. Outstanding Scholars is a scholarship program where you get scholarship money in exchange for working for a professor. At most universities, you can only work 4 months a year for a professor. At Windsor, you can work 12 months a year for a professor through the 2 programs, Outstanding Scholars and NSERC. So this is good if you, for example, want to publish a research paper. Odds are better if you're working 12 months a year for a professor that you'll publish a research paper versus 4 months a year. If you publish a research paper, this sets you apart from the crowd when you're applying for graduate school. For example, Harvard, they'll get hundreds of applicants with 99% averages or better. How do they distinguish between those hundreds of applicants? Well, they look at whether you've published research. What are Outstanding Scholars research projects? Well, we have projects in applied mathematics, statistics, operations research, pure mathematics, educational research. If you're more interested in learning, for example, you want to become a teacher, you can participate in a learning-oriented project. So for example, one of my students She was on the organizing committee for the Windsor Essex Math Olympiad, which is a contest for grade 7 and 8 students. She was able to train the winners of that competition to represent Windsor at the Ontario Math Olympiad. After that was done, she trained teachers in math contest material so that they would be comfortable going back to the classroom running math contests with their students. So she had an excellent CV by the time she graduated for applying for teaching jobs. If you're interested in extracurricular mathematics, we hold training sessions for the Putnam Math Competition every fall. One of our trainers is Dr. Zahariak, and he is literally one of the world's best math contest writers. When he was in high school, he represented Romania 3 times at the International Math Olympiad, and he won 2 gold medals at the IMO. So literally, he is one of the world's best problem solvers, and he's an excellent teacher. And if you come to Windsor, you'll have a chance to be trained by him. Okay, let's talk about actuarial science. What is actuarial science? So an actuary does the mathematics behind finance, risk, and valuation. So you can work on insurance, disability, pensions, benefits, investments, healthcare costs. How do you become an actuary? You don't need a specialized degree to become an actuary, and actually a degree in actuarial science does not make you an actuary. Like lawyers have to pass the bar to become lawyers, you have to pass the Society of Actuaries professional exams in order to become an actuary. What's available at the University of Windsor is we have an honors actuarial science degree. We have courses in actuarial science and other related topics. We have weekly study sessions and lectures for exams P and FM, or test site for professional exams. We have a good relationship with Willis Towers Watson in Detroit. They hire many of our students. We have a master's in actuarial science professional program, and we have a student actuarial science club. Here's a list of exams for the Society of Actuaries and corresponding courses at the University of Windsor. So you take the course and then you go write the SOA's exams. Let's talk about operations research at the University of Windsor. So we don't have a degree in operations research, but you can still become certified as an operations researcher by doing a course diploma. So you take courses in operations research, maintain a 70% average, and then you apply to the Canadian Operations Research Society for a course diploma, and that makes you an operations researcher. Let's talk about student success. Nicole Lemire is a professor at the University of Western Ontario. Vahid Tarak is a professor at Harvard University. He used to be head of research at AT&T Bell Labs. Kevin Atkinson worked on Avatar. Carolyn Brinton is the chief of hematology oncology and director of phase 1 clinical trials at Hollings Cancer Center, Medical University of South Carolina. She used to be a professor of medicine at UCLA's medical school, which is one of the top medical schools in the world. Pierre Duresh has been boss to more than 200 actuaries at Willis Towers Watson. Brad Howell worked for the Bank of Canada, and they have a very stringent hiring process where you have to write serious mathematics and statistics tests to be hired. Chris Rayon works as an actuary at Willis Towers Watson, which hires hundreds of actuaries, and he holds the company record for the shortest amount of time required to finish his professional exams. If you read this email of his to Professor Holenka, you can read about how his education at Windsor has served him very well at Willis Towers Watson. Michelle Caruso is a mathematical statistician at Statistics Canada. And again, Statistics Canada, to get hired there, you have to write serious tests. So the fact that she got hired means that her background is good. We have a student association called the Mathematics and Statistics Student Association, which is very active. Have a look at their Facebook page. They organize a lot of events that are very fun and educational for students. And here's a list of our alumni and where they work, what kind of job they have. We have chief financial officers, business analysts, actuaries, teachers, professors, etc. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can email me at wlyee@uwindsor.ca.